Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy DeMangio, and I've returned with another video. Today we will be covering over what PTSD is and what causes it, various symptoms, different treatments, famous example, and exclusive interview notes with a special guest. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. So what is PTSD? Well, it's quite simple, my dear fellow. Bruh, why are you here? Can't you see I'm trying to do a video? Or is that why you need that monocle? Oh, how could you? I thought we were friends. Anyhow, back to the topic. Ooh, can I do it, my good sir? Sure, why not? Excellent. Post-traumatic stress disorder is a mental health condition that is triggered and developed via a traumatic event that threatens life, whether you're experiencing or witnessing the event. Happy now? Quite. Ugh. Doctors aren't exactly sure why some people get PTSD. Like most mental health problems, PTSD is usually caused by a complex mix of reasons, such as stressful experiences, inherited mental health risks or features of one's personality, or the way one's brain regulates the chemicals and hormones in the brain that releases in response to stress. People of any age can develop PTSD, although there are some factors that can increase the chance that somebody develops a disorder. These risks are, but not limited to, experiencing intense or long-lasting trauma, having experienced trauma earlier in life, aka child abuse, and having family members with mental problems already. Regarding trauma, the most common events that can cause someone to develop PTSD include combat exposure, childhood physical abuse. This includes parental abuse and bullying. Bruh, can you not interrupt me when I'm talking? Sorry, won't happen again. Physical abuse, sexual violence, physical assault, being threatened with a weapon, like a gun or a knife. That's it, man. Just go to the corner. But I was only trying to help. I said go to the corner! Fine, be that way. Finally! Now, where was I? Oh, right. If one has PTSD, that person may also have an increased chance for other mental health problems like depression and anxiety to develop as well. Ugh, crazy! PTSD symptoms may start within 1 month of a traumatic event, or it could take years for PTSD to develop. Flashbacks, severe anxiety, and nightmares. More common in children. Didn't I tell you to go to the corner? I don't have to listen to you, bro. Plus, I really want to help. Alright, I'll let you help. Thank you. Now, these symptoms can cause serious dilemmas regarding social or work situations and in relationships. They can interfere with normal daily tasks, which is why you should check with a doctor or psychologist if you think you have PTSD. PTSD symptoms are generally grouped into 4 types: intrusive memories, avoidance, negative changes in thinking and mood, and changes in physical and emotional reactions. Intrusive memories include reoccurring memories of the traumatic event, upsetting dreams or nightmares about the traumatic event, again more common in children, and severe emotional distress or physical reactions to something that reminds you of the traumatic event, like something loud or images of deceased friends or family. The more common symptom is avoidance. This means that somebody is deliberately trying to avoid any thought or action that can trigger vivid memories of the event. This includes trying to avoid conversations about the event, staying away from places, activities, or even people that spark memories of the traumatic event. Negative changes in thinking and mood is usually noticed by others. This includes bad thoughts about oneself, difficulty maintaining close relationships, lack of interest in activities you once enjoyed, and just having a hard time staying positive, aka depression. Changes in physical and emotional reactions is one of the easier symptoms to notice. Let's just say that you love horror movies and never jumped to any of the scares. Now a single breeze could set you off. Suicidal actions like substance abuse can increase. Insomnia and uncontrollable emotions are signs of this emotion as well. When it comes to treating PTSD, psychotherapy is the primary solution. However, medication is also an option. The combination of these treatments can help one's symptoms by teaching skills to address one's symptoms, helping one to think better about oneself, others, and the world, and learning ways to cope if any symptoms arise again. There are several types of psychotherapy that may be used to treat children and adults with PTSD. These types include cognitive therapy, exposure therapy, and eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. Cognitive therapy helps one recognize the cognitive patterns, ways of thinking, that are keeping him or her in the past. This is the most famous method and is usually used alongside exposure therapy. Exposure therapy helps you safely face both situations and memories that you find frightening in order to cope with them effectively. This therapy is really helpful when dealing with flashbacks and nightmares. One cool approach to this therapy is to use virtual reality programs that allow you to re-enter the setting of the traumatic event. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, or EMDR, combines exposure therapy with a series of guided eye movements that help one process traumatic events and change how you react to them. It's somewhat like hypnosis, if that helps clear things up. Now you're probably thinking that I'm going to use somebody like Ariana Grande or Whoopi Goldberg as my famous example, but there's somebody twice as famous as Ari and Whoopi combined, and that person, or rather duck, is Donald. No, not that Donald, that Donald. Yeah, bet you didn't expect that one, did you? Yes, as crazy as an example Donald Duck is, he is the perfect one to show the effects of PTSD. You see, Donald's PTSD stems from being in World War II. A truly brave soul he is. Donald Duck shows signs of intrusive memories that plague him to this day. For example, here his nephews Huey, Dewey, and Louie decided to play a prank on Donald while he is sleepwalking. However, Donald was dreaming about the war, so when Donald steps on the balloon, it immediately triggers an attack memory and Donald goes full soldier. His dream was so vivid and intense he nearly killed his nephews. Another sign that Donald has PTSD is his increased anger. Before World War II, believe it or not, Donald was a considerably calm duck. He only got angry when someone was bothering him. Now, almost anything can tick him off.
He's been blowing his stack at the drop of a hat.
Despite not going to professional help, Donald found other ways to cope with these flashbacks, such as taking care of his nephews and hanging out with Daisy. No, not that Daisy, that Daisy. Yeah, that's better. And the moment you've all been waiting on, the person I've interviewed for this presentation is none other than retired Senior Master Sergeant Williams, aka my mom. She was gracious enough to share her PTSD story for this presentation. She was deployed to Afghanistan twice. Her second time was when the traumatic event occurred. She was nearly blown up by an explosive tossed her direction. When she came back, she didn't notice any symptoms until about a month after coming home. Friends described her as more angry, higher temper, and always on guard. Back before the event, she was usually loud, but became quiet, and she didn't want to talk about it at all. Here, she is showing strong signs of avoidance and a change in her cognitive patterns. She did get help, however the doctor described medication, which didn't help her with her PTSD. So instead, she found ways to cope with her PTSD. Now, she bakes and has picked up photography. When asked if she has any advice for anyone with PTSD, she said, "Find what works for you, whether it be therapy, medication, or cooking, as long as it's healthy." Thank you for watching my presentation. I would just like to give credit to my mom for the interview notes, Miss Madison for providing more information on PTSD that I did not research, and me, myself, and I for coming up with 95% of the information that I just presented to you. I hope you have a good 4-day weekend, and I shall see you maybe in the future. Oh, and before I forget, I got a YouTube channel now, so if you could please subscribe, that would be great. Alright, bye!